Praise the Lord. God is good. God is great. Jesus alive and well. Ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls, call a familiar face. Call all the folks you know, from your family and relatives to your friends, your classmates, your roommates, your significant others, your spouses, and everyone else. From friends, amigos, comrades, compadres, to your frenemies and enemies. Tell them that your boy is doing his YouTube CVS station identification. No, it is not. The Pharmacy, its channel vlog show, known as WEML-TV, Channel 77. And now here is your host of the show, where there's ordinary and there's him. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, for that wonderful intro. Wink, wink. Hello, everybody. If you're new here for the very first time, welcome to my YouTube channel vlog show. And for those of you who have been longtime subscribers or longtime viewers, subscribed or not, welcome back. This is another episode of WEML TV Channel 77. This is episode number 735. Today is November 17th, 2021, 10:07 p.m. Just got done watching AEW Dynamite. And I want to give a shout out to Jessie David, who is one of the biggest wrestling fans ever. She tried to watch every organization, whether it be WWE, AEW, or even Impact Wrestling. And she went through a medical condition that cost her about 8 feet of colon. And she's basically fighting for her life. But she's doing well. She's doing fine. She got a blood transfusion and all that. I want to wish her well. And I know she's from Ohio. One of the most beautiful souls ever, and she loves wrestling. A lot of people have been, sending her words of encouragement on Twitter and all that, and she was trending on Twitter. I want to give her a shout out. Jessie David, get well, get healed, get rest. You got a family that needs you. You got a fellow wrestling fans and friends and family that love you. Don't give up. Keep fighting and start and keep winning. That's I'm giving you that encouragement right now. So, and please keep her in your prayers, guys. So this is the fallout from Full Gear. It is Full Gear. This past Saturday, and they're about to do they have a National Cowboy Shiznit Day. The other one, but I'm saying it like Jim Ross does. So, anyways, before they got to the celebration for Adam Page being the AEW World Champion, the Elite, the Super Click, cut a promo. The Elite went along Kenny Omega. He says, "Listen, I'm disgusted, but I'm not happy. But I gotta do something. I'm gonna fix myself." But Adam Page, you won. You gave him props, and can you guys hold it down until I come back? And then Adam Cole was like, "Cleaner, I'll take care of things. We'll hold it down." And he said, "Nah, I was talking about the Bucks." I think the seeds of dissension are starting to sow. Interesting. When he decided to talk, he was talking about the Bucks, but not Adam Cole. I got a hunch about this, and this could lead up to a lot of things. Next year's probably going to be another banner year for AEW. So the Young Bucks says all three of us will hold it down. So, so the Dark Order, John Silver grabbed the microphone and introduced Hangman Adam Page as the new AEW World Heavyweight Champion. He comes out, fans started chanting, "You deserve it." He goes, "No, I don't deserve it. I earned this." And they started, "You earned it. You earned it." And it was great. And he said he doesn't know what to say. He was being thankful. And then they were talking about, then he mentioned Bryan Danielson's name. The American Dragon showed up, congratulated him at first, and then starts laying into him. And he says, "I'm disappointed it's not Kenny Omega." Yeah, because the difference is I did beat him, and I beat him less than 30 minutes. And that's something you can do. I'm like, ooh. And then he goes, "I don't come out here and run my mouth when I celebrate a title victory. I go out and work. When I won the title at WrestleMania, I worked the next day," he said. So I'm like, oh boy, it was crazy. It's Bryan Danielson, and then a lot of war of words, and then pushing shoves between Paige and Danielson. Dark Order decided to separate them, and then Paige went after Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan slid out of the ring. Leads up to Bryan Danielson and Evil Uno. And Evil Uno, those two had a great match, and then Bryan Danielson beat Evil Uno by almost putting him to sleep in the triangle chokehold, which caused Evil Uno to wake up and go, "Who am I?" So, but Tony Schiavone grabbed the microphone, and interviewed Bryan Danielson. He said, "Looks like you, because Bryan Danielson didn't win that tournament," and then he said that he wants to destroy every member of the Dark Order, and he said next week the match is in Dynamite is taking place in Chicago, and he's targeting Colt Cabana, first one on the list. So a lot of history between Bryan Danielson and Colt Cabana. They go way back. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this develops out. And it will be something to behold. And then MJF cut a promo after Full Gear. And he said, and he's still saying the same braggart that he's always been, dissing Darby Allin and such. And then Tony Schiavone attempted to interview Eddie Kingston, and 2.0 Daniel Garcia interrupted him, started disrespecting him. They started they started dissing him and all that. And then Daniel Garcia got into Eddie Kingston's face, the two push and shove. Eddie Kingston's getting upset. It'll be very interesting to see what happens on that exchange. And hopefully those two go at it, man, because 2.0 never knows when to shut up, you know what I mean? And then it was the Butcher and the Blade against the Best Friends in Chaos, as I like to call them, because Chaos is the name of the faction in Japan. And they're the best friends, so like Best Friends in Chaos, BFIC, I like to call them. It is Orange Cassidy and Tomohiro Ishii, the never open weight champion. I just found out something about this dude, Tomohiro Ishii. He is one of the toughest dudes ever. You hit him, he doesn't even feel a stinking thing. And this match was great. And we see the Butcher step in the ring with Ishii, and these two guys were having a slugfest and feeling nothing. That's how crazy this match was. And is beyond a shadow of a doubt. It's probably one of the craziest, most insane matches I have ever seen. And it's just that insane. Let me tell you, it's that insane. But in the end, Cassidy and Ishii won the matchup. So, and that means Kazuchika Okada, I'm going to say his last name, Okada, Mr. Okada is going to be very happy about that. So, first win as members of Chaos. So, it'll be very, I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen next. I think it's great. Hopefully, Okada comes to AEW and just says, I'll take on the best. I would love to see that. And Tony Schiavone did a couple of interviews. He interviewed FTR, Andrade, and Andrade, and they say, hey, we're sick of this. We've had enough. Let's get Malachi Black, and let's make this thing an 8-man tag between the Lucha Brothers, Pac, Cody Rhodes, and the Death Triangle. So that match is going to happen down the road. I believe the AEW before Thanksgiving, that's Thanksgiving Eve next week. So I just can't believe a week from tomorrow's Thanksgiving already. Holy Christmas. And that's coming up next too. Holy mackerel. What a day. 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 So anyways, and so also Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, was interviewed by Tony Schiavone, and she said, well, enough about me with this title. We're throwing my support. She's throwing her support to Jamie Hayter, who's in the AEW TBS Women's Championship Tournament, to crown a new, the first ever AEW TBS Women's Championship, and it could be Jamie Hayter. I forget who she has in this quarterfinals of the tournament. Speaking of the quarterfinals of the TBS Women's Title Tournament, Hikaru Shida went one-on-one with Nyla Rose. And during the matchup, Serena Deeb still can't get over the fact that Shida beat her. And so Serena Deeb attacked her in the legs, and then Vicky Guerrero does the same thing while the referee looking. And And so that cost, hurting Sheeta's leg did cost Sheeta the matchup. Nyla Rose did pick up the victory and will move on to the second round, to the semifinal round of this tournament. And then next week, I believe you got Jay Cargill and Red Velvet, I believe. So that's going to be a heck of a matchup for sure. Or is it this coming Friday night on Rampage? I forget. Then Malachi Black cut a promo on Cody Rhodes, and it seems like that Malachi Black's all in with this one. And this 8-man tag against Cody Rhodes and Death Triangle. It'll be very interesting to see how this match ends up. MJF with the Pinnacle, 2 members of the Pinnacle, Wardlow and Shawn Spears, came out to address, Virginia and decided to make fun. Everybody's booing him. MJF wants Shawn Spears to talk, but then he says, you tried. But then all of a sudden, he's running his mouth about how no one's on his level and all that. And then a familiar theme song came on. That's right, that familiar theme song is none other than Living Color's Cult of Personality. You guessed it. CM Punk was heading to the ring. He had this big smile on his face. I'm like, yeah, he thinks this is funny. And then all of a sudden, he goes in the ring. He goes, I'm Maxwell. He extended his hand. CM Punk looked at his hand, started laughing, and walked away. I was like, the fun part is he interrupted MJF. I love it. And he disrespected MJF. I'm loving it. I love it. That little punk is going to learn a wrestling lesson in his lifetime. If CM Punk and MJF go at it, I just give it up to CM Punk. Leave it to CM Punk to teach MJF some respect. And I dare MJF to say something about Punk's wife. I dare him. So I want to see Punk rearrange his face. I want to see Punk rearrange MJF's face so badly Rosie O'Donnell will not recognize him again. That's how bad I want this match to happen. And then Schiavone interviewed MJF's opponent from Full Gear, Darby Allin. Darby Allin says, I'm moving on. I'm done. And I'll get you again in the rematch, I should say. But right now, he says, I'll take on the baddest and the best. And then the Gun Club interrupts him. And then Billy Gunn accepts the challenge. That match will happen this Friday on Rampage. And then you got the Super Click, who is sick and tired of Christian Cage and Jurassic Express. So it does this Friday. It'll be the Jurassic Express. It's a team of Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus against Adam Cole and Bobby Fish. And he's about to do the Undisputed Era sign. So you can't do that here. The copyright and all that, lawsuits and all that. Gotcha. So, and then Dante Martin and Leo Rush went up against the Acclaimed. And Dante Martin, Leo Rush. Man, those two guys, you talk about top flight. I think these guys are top flight 2.0. These guys are flying all over the place. And they ended up shutting Max Caster up. Platinum Max Caster, once again, running his mouth as usual. And ended up beating the Acclaimed. So Martin and Leo Rush picked up the victory. Team Taz interrupts. They still want Dante Martin to join Team Taz. Dante Martin kind of look like a freaking Patrick Mahomes. I look at Orange Cassidy. He looks like Chris Sale of the Red Sox. And, I can see a little remnant or resemblance there. So, I think Chris Sale's got less hair than Orange Cassidy does. Might I digress? And then Christian Cage with Jurassic Express responds to the Super Click. They accept the challenge. That match is happening this Friday. Lucha Brothers respond to the FTR, Malachi Black and Andrade. They said, let's do it next week. Zero Miedo. And then they had the AEW TNT Championship match, a dream matchup, because Sammy Guevara went one-on-one with Jay Lethal. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this matchup stole the night. Sammy Guevara was fighting hurt after the Minneapolis street fight against Men of the Year and America's Top Team. I mean, his ribs were taped up, and there was at a point where the doctor was checking up on him and the referees were checking up on him. But I got to tell you, it was probably one of the best matches. It was probably one of the best matches for the AEW TNT title. But in the end, I thought Jay Lethal had an opportunity, but in the end, Sammy Guevara retained the title. Inner Circle come out to congratulate him, and then Sammy Guevara extended his hand to Jay Lethal. They both shake hands, and then Chris Jericho high fives Lethal and all that, and so they joined them, two of them. So Jay Lethal and Sammy Guevara, that was an awesome job of the match. Probably one of the best matches all night. Fans loved it. They're saying this is awesome, and holy you know what. And I'm trying to keep it clean. Holy shiznit. Then you got, Fight Forever. And they have a lot of respect for these two athletes. And let me tell you, it was one of a great matchup. All right, then. That's all the time we have on the show. AEW Dynamite Event Center for November 17, 2021. Fallout from Full Gear. We'll see what happens next week, Thanksgiving Eve. It's going to be very interesting. My schedule next week, still the same way, but I'm working on Thanksgiving morning from 6 to 10. And so, and even my boss says it doesn't matter if I left for 3 hours. So it's going to be something else to see, to have. Alrighty then, I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful night. This is my last video for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. Episode 110 of Rant and Rave. I'll see you later on that night. Also, double whammy on TV. The Patriots-Falcons game. And the Patriots-Falcons game and Impact Wrestling. So I'm going to try to multitask on all that good stuff if I can. It's not that easy for me to multitask. All right, so I'll see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful night. I wish you all the peace, love, and blessings all out. I will see you next episode. Until episode 736, good night, everybody.